guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. If you thought that that bubble wrap envelope was awesome, and it was, wait until you see today's project. Stay tuned. In a previous video, we made these beautiful bubble wrapped envelopes. Guys, you never have to go to the store to buy another bubble wrapped envelope because you now know how to make your own and just tweak the measurements and make them in any size that you want. But we get to use our beautiful papers to make these. So today we are going to be sticking with making more protective packaging. And you know what we're making today? We are making bubble boxes. So we're going to take our box technique and turn it into something that is fully mailable. So you do not have to go to the store to find a box that has the protective bubbling on the inside to mail your item, because I'm going to show you a quick and easy technique on how you can do it, and you can do it on the cheap. And we get to choose the papers. And once we've placed our item in this protected box, we simply seal it and we mail it. This is not one of those boxes where we're going to line the inside because we're presenting the box as part of a gift. We are making our own mailable boxes, just like the boxes you would go into the store or you might buy at the post office. Instead, we're going to make them. And by learning this technique, you're getting one step closer to being fully self-sufficient when it comes to creating packaging for those wonderful items that you guys are making. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, but you're watching this video, that's what this channel is all about. We're all about creating beautifully durable, functional crafts. So y'all know what time it is? It is time to make it. So here is a closer look at today's project. This box, when finished, measures 6 by 9 by 1.5, and it's just that. It's just a mailing box. We are not going to be doing a whole lot to the inside except protecting it with bubble wrap. That is the whole goal. And to make sure that my box is fully protected, I am using contact paper. This is that Dollar Tree contact paper. But today we are going to use peel and stick wallpaper. So here is the peel and stick wallpaper that I'll be using. I will try to link this in the description box below if you're interested in this wallpaper. It is gorgeous. So I have 2 medium weight pieces that are cut at 1.5 by 6, 2 medium weight pieces that are cut at 9 by 1.5, and 2 medium weight pieces that are cut at 9 by 6. Then you're going to need some bubble wrap. I'll have a link in the description box for the bubble wrap that I am using. And as I said in the last video, I did purchase a large roll of bubble wrap because I know that I'll be making my own envelopes and boxes from now on. But a lot of you mentioned that you were able to get bubble wrap at no cost, that you had places that would give it to you, or you had a lot that you had been saving. You can certainly use that. If you are anti-bubble wrap for whatever reason, or you're trying to limit your plastic footprint, you can put whatever you want on the inside to pad yours. I'm just going to show you a process, and then you can take that process and modify it however you like. So it will have some bubble wrap, and I'll give you the measurements on that once we have the box ready to be put together. And so here is the self-stick wallpaper that I'll be using. The last time that I mentioned I was using peel and stick wallpaper, quite a few of you questioned whether or not that was actual wallpaper. It is wallpaper. That is how it is advertised and sold. So I am really only providing the information as it's provided to me, but this is very durable on the outside. It will go through the postal mailing system very well. So all I'm going to do is trim away enough of this to start working with. I'm going to take my 6 by 9 piece of chipboard, place it down, and then I'll take one of my 6 by 9.5 inch pieces, and I'm going to butt it right next to that piece. Then I'll stand this up, and by doing that, you can see that it gave me the necessary spacing that I needed. So all I did was brought it up like that, and I'll show you again. So I'm going to take this piece of 9 by 6 and I'm going to butt it against that piece like that, and then when I bring it up, and I lay it back down, you can see that my spacing has already been created for me. And I'll do the same thing on this end. So I'm going to take this piece, and you can see that I have it butted against that piece. So when I take it and I bring it up and lay it down, it gave me my necessary spacing. So there's the spacing that I need on the side. I am going to take one of my 1.5 by 6 inch pieces, place it right there, and this time I'm just going to stand it up, and it'll kind of fall into place where it needs to be. So then we're going to take this piece, we're going to place it right there, take it, stand it up, and then when you lay it down, you can see I have my spacing. So now we have our pieces that look like this. All right, so then you're going to have something that looks like this. All we're going to do, we'll start in this corner, we'll go up to where these two meet, but we're not going to touch that piece, and we're just going to angle out just like that. Then we can turn it, do our miter, and we'll do our miter cut here. And that's all we're going to be doing, is just creating a series of miter cuts around these ends. So we're just going to go around this whole piece, and we're going to create our series of miters. So wherever you have the joining pieces like this, just go up to the center, but do not go up to this point here on this piece of chipboard. Go right in between these two and cut straight down. So I'll just miter this way, and then I'll miter that way. We'll do the same thing here. We'll go in between those two, angle, and then we'll just complete these miters here. And then on this side, we angle right here. And we are just going to keep angling until we go around this whole piece. And then we have one more here that we need to go up into that middle. Cut straight down on the diagonal. And then we can miter here. And we'll angle here. So when you have all of your angle cuts done, it's going to look like this. So you'll have all of these points, and we're going to start putting those down. So I am simply going to take a little bit of my tape runner, place it right there, because this wallpaper, it has tack to it, but I want to make sure that it's going to stay stuck to that chipboard. So I am going to go all the way around wherever I have these points, place down some double stick tape, pull that double stick tape in, and then I'll do this one as well. Add my tape, pull that over, pull that over. And so this is how your box should look. So wherever you have these two pieces here, I am going to make sure that my flap piece is about that size. So I am just going to trim this piece just a little bit, and then I'm going to go around and just trim away some of this excess. And you'll see how we put this together in just a minute. All right, so now that we have it like this, we're going to take these two pieces and fold them in. But I am just going to add a little bit of my tape runner just to make sure I have a nice, good grab on these. And we'll do the same thing over here. So I'm going to add some tape runner. We're going to take this piece and pull it over. You don't have to have wallpaper, guys. You don't have to have contact paper. If you have wrapping paper, you can do it with that as well. One of the reasons why I'm using the durability of contact paper and wallpaper is because this will hold up well going through the postal system, and I won't have to worry about my outside wrapping paper tearing. So now that we have this folded over like this, coming this way, you just need to take one of these two pieces and wrap it over. So I am going to take this one and fold it over. But again, I am going to use some of my double stick tape. You can trim away more of this if you want. I'm just going to leave it because having that wide border on that is not going to hurt anything. So here is our box. We are ready to put it together. Before we do, we want to lay down our bubble wrap. So I have my piece of bubble wrap. I'm not going to go all the way to the top with it, but I am going to lay it down right here because I want just a little bit of space. So I am going to take this and trim it. So I'll bring in my ruler. And I'll trim away. So I have a piece of bubble wrap that works lengthwise. Now I need to just trim off a little bit from the sides. So all I'm doing is folding that over to figure out how much I now need to take and trim away. So again, I'll bring in my ruler and my finger blade, and I'm just going to trim away. If you want extra thickness, you can certainly add another sheet of bubble wrap. So now I have my piece of bubble wrap ready to be placed down. You guys can see that I'm not concerned about placing down a liner piece because, like I said, this box is for mailing. It's not for the decorative part of the gift that would be on the inside. So I'm basically just eliminating the need to go out and find a padded box or a bubble box at the store. So that is why you don't see me doing anything to hide the mechanics of this, because it really is for mailing purposes only. Now, if you don't like how this looks, you can certainly go back and add down a liner. For me, I don't think it's necessary on my project, but by all means, if you want to cover this up, you most certainly can add an inside liner piece. My bubble wrap is 14 3/4 by 8 3/4. So in order to keep it stuck down, I am simply going to take some tape and place down a few strips of tape. And I think I'm going to place down about 4 strips. That should be enough. And I don't have to use this wide tape. I could use my narrow tape if I wanted to. You can use the tape from the Dollar Tree. So I have peeled away my tape, y'all. I am going to take my bubble wrap and just place it down. I need to make sure that I add some bubble wrap to this section here. So I'm going to take just a little bit of my tape and I'm going to place tape right there. And like I said, if you need an extra layer, if you need extra thickness, you can just add another layer of bubble wrap to the top of this, and your box is going to be so protected. I feel like mine is protected enough with that one single layer, but if you want extra double protection, just double the layer. So I have removed the tape from that section. I do have some bubble wrap scrap. I am just going to trim away some of that scrap, and I'm going to cut me a piece, and I'm just estimating here now. So basically I'm eyeballing to get some to put on this end here. So this is 1.5 by 6. You cut a piece of bubble wrap at 1 1/4 by 5 3/4. You're going to have a pretty good fit. I just eyeballed mine, but if you need a measurement, the measurement that I just gave you will most certainly work. So I have placed that right there. Now we're going to take this piece, and what I'm going to do is I am going to trim off just a little bit of this because I really don't need all of it. So these pieces are going to act as glue flaps, and because I want to make sure that this stays stuck, I am going to take some of my double stick tape and add it to the end of that peel and stick wallpaper. And I'm going to go ahead and just add some of my double stick tape on these two little end pieces as well. So I'll add some to this side, and y'all, we are going to be ready to put our box together. All right, so I have my double stick tape on all three sides. I am going to peel away that double stick tape from this long piece here, and this is how we put the box together. So we're basically just going to bring it up and get it matched, making sure that we have end-to-end match on that. And when we're matching our box, if you stand it up, then you can usually get those ends pretty tight. Then I'll come to the other end, make sure I have that pretty tight. Now that we have our box, it looks like this. We can take the tape from one end, and we're simply going to take it, make sure that your box is nice and squared, pull it up and match it there, and then come over to this end. Make sure you square off that box and close it just like that. And now we have a nice padded box. And when you're ready to close it, all you have to do is peel away this piece and fold it over. And then what I would do is I would take a small piece of clear packing tape and place it across the bottom just to make sure that box cannot be opened. All I'm doing is taking that clear packing tape, putting it right there, and pulling it tight across the bottom. And now we have a nice sturdy box. This one I can open and close right now because I haven't peeled away that double stick tape piece. But once you pull it over, you peel that tape, then it's stuck, and you have a beautiful box. You can punch out a nice decorative label. And so now you can take those labels, you can put one in the top. I already have my adhesive on the back, so you can place one in the top for the return address, and then one right here for the person to whom you are sending this. And isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love how this box has turned out. Y'all, we truly are on the road to total self-sufficiency. We don't have to go to the store to buy these things. We are paper crafters. We can make these things. We can save ourselves bunches of money, and you could probably turn something like this into a little side hustle and make a few extra dollars in the process by making beautiful packaging to sell. So I am going to bring in that first one. And as you can see, I still have the tape on the back of it. So when I am ready to close it, all I have to do is secure that down, add a strip of clear packing tape here and a strip of clear packing tape there. And I have a box, again, that will rival any box that you are going to find for sale on Amazon at a crazy amount of money. So guys, I hope that you have liked this super awesome way to create your own bubble padded box. If you have, please hit that like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.